Hey everyone. So I was just about to go out and run some errands, but as I was getting ready, it was just a lot of downloads coming in. I've just been spending so much time by myself and in this quiet place. And I'm good when I'm there. And as soon as I get around people, I'm like, oh, I feel the chaos. I feel the chaos in the energy of the collective right now. And it is intense. And one of the things that I wanted to share was that came through was that it's like, think about a lot of people who follow my channel are empaths like me. They've been through similar things and understand what it means to be sensitive. Okay. So sometimes you'll like look at people and be like, how are you so unaffected by everything, But it's not about trauma. It's about the fact that you're just a sensitive being. You came in with a higher frequency and your senses are more open and you're able to tune in to other frequencies around you. Well, just do not forget right now, as everyone is walking around so raw and sensitive and projecting all over the place, that there's a lot of people who are now experiencing what it's like to be sensitive. So we have to hold that space and compassion for them, just like we wanted for us. And so what? A lot of the time, we didn't have that space held for us, but we came here to do it for those who, don't understand it. And now they're like a good chunk into their life, and all of a sudden they're sensitive because all these energies are coming down and impacting all of us on Earth. So we really have to embody that role, like be unfazed. Look at somebody as they're projecting at you instead of taking it personally. Be like, wow, like they're really feeling it today. And sometimes when people feel those feelings, they need to label it. They need to, and if it's somebody who's not ready to see their own shit, it's going to be blame instead of taking accountability for those feelings or recognizing where they came from from them. They're going to do the projection, the blame game, you made me feel this way. And so it's wild. It's wild because even people that we think are pretty far along in this process, but maybe they aren't that empath. Their gifts are different, and we see them become more sensitive, and we're like seeing like people being triggered uncharacteristically. It's pretty wild to watch. And then it's, for me, it makes it easier because I know this is kind of out of character for a lot of people, but they're so sensitive, they can't help but project onto me. But because I know that they're normally not that way, it's been easier for me to navigate through it. Like, whoa, like now they're starting to kind of get what it feels to walk around with chronic anxiety, which is like something I've dealt with my whole life, trying to keep my environment perfect so I can like breathe and like not worry or overthink, right? So this is coming into play, and it seems like there's a lot all at once. It's like a lot of things all at once, and it's like this overwhelming energy, and then at the same time feeling like nothing's happening. It's like it's confusing in a lot of ways. For some people who want to bring in that peace or that comfort zone. And it's just like, but I can't because I'm feeling all these things and I don't know what to do with it. And I don't understand what it actually means. So I'm labeling it as blame or this is happening to me and I'm a victim. When in all actuality, you're just becoming more sensitive and you're not, you don't have the skills yet to understand and navigate those emotions and those feelings, and even to not be and to understand that because you're more sensitive now, it doesn't even have to necessarily do with something that happened to you in the past. You could just be around somebody who's going through something and you're feeling it, and now all of a sudden you're blaming yourself for that feeling. Like, why the heck would I feel this? Oh my gosh, my frequency is going down. I'm failing on this journey, and it's a spiral. And then it's like once you allow your frequency to go there, then you're more susceptible, you're more vulnerable. So it really is about keeping our hearts open right now, because keeping your heart open means you're holding that space for somebody when they might not be for you. right? They may not be able to meet you halfway energetically and open their hearts up too right now, because it's a lot of survival mode. It's a lot of people cruising around in survival mode and it's getting scary, especially on an emotional level. So really what I wanted to just take a couple minutes to drop in and say is hold that space. You know what it's like to be sensitive and feel like nobody can understand why you can't be in a socially interacting at the moment, right? And now they're starting to understand that because they're around people that are like freaking out because they're so sensitive. Every little thing is creating this emotional effect. So we hold that space, we keep our hearts open, even when others aren't for us, because it's getting pretty intense, and that's exactly what we came here for. So that recognition of this feeling and what it actually means. And when you start picking away and actually understanding who you are, what's happened to you, why you came here, it gets a lot easier, because everybody's going to experience contrast. It's just, how can you flow through it? How can you surrender to the universe and stop trying to control the situation? So if we want somebody to treat us a certain way when they're going through some sensitive outburst, we can't control the way they're treating us. We can't control their emotions. All we can do is just create space if it gets too intense, or just keep that calm, keep that peace, anchor in the peace. Because that's, at the end of the day, all what we really need. For me, a lot of times I use humor, because I like to go to that place where nothing's really that big of a deal. That's where I always had to go when I was a kid, and I felt like I was in this prison, right? I had to go to humor. Humor was like a place I went. A lot of people use it to suppress, but you can also do it to uplift people, because sometimes they just need that little trigger to get that smile on their face to lift their mood, and then the momentum's going in the positive direction again. It's just about catching ourselves and then being there for others. Just really being there for others. I was going to post something. There was some video, and the whole thing had to do with, being that person that wasn't there for you for others, and how that will, like, you'll be a magnet to that support and love. And you'll just, no matter if even nobody's with you, your faith is just to that level where you're supported. So it's all these little things that we just need to work on and remember, because there's nothing we came here to do. It's really all about the feeling and how we can not control it, but understand it. Because when you understand it, then those feelings don't take you over, because you're like, oh, I get where this came from. I understand what it means, and understand I'm not going to take what this person's saying personally, etc. So yeah, before I go run these errands, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and just take it easy on yourself. Don't put a ton of pressure on yourself, and hold your hearts open for each other. All right, guys, I love you. Have an amazing rest of your day.